Opportunity from Lamont. They took it from him. That's a robbery all day.
I agree. All
So
right, y'all.
with that being said, with that being said, with nobody thinking this Tank and Lamont fight was going to be good and it was entertaining, and actually those other two fights that was on that card was entertaining as well. How y'all think PBC did in regards to that, and how y'all feel about this next topic with Turkey and what he's doing?
Mm.
I'll kick it off. Uh, it was a good card. The Rayo and Gary Antoine fight was supposed to have been on paper even fight, and it turned into a one-sided beatdown. Uh, I think it was kind of accidental, you know. Even in the last episode, I said I don't have an issue with Gary getting a fight because I think he's good enough. However, he didn't earn it. I don't like the PBC cooking that they do. The Puelo and Sandor Martin fight, it was alright. I wasn't a huge fan of that fight.
It was a
Uh,
good fight, dog. It was a good
I,
scrap.
it was alright. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought it was cool. PBC, I don't understand how people are fans of promoters. To get to our topic, I don't understand how people are fans of promoters. Aside from Turkey, the reason I'm saying it, and that's wild, but the reason I'm saying it is because as a fan of boxing, right? In order for me to like line myself with a promoter, what do I care about? Good fights. That's what I care about. Really good fights. Typically, promoters lose so much bread. They win every 20 fighters that they sign. Most of the time, they lose money. They sign fighters that don't work out. They pay them. They overpay them. They put them up in hotels. They get them. They pay them for smaller fights as they're building them up where they're not making any money off of them. And then a lot of times these dudes lose, and because of the world that we're in, if you're not 10-0 before you make it to a big stage or the prelims on a big card, people are like, who is this? So they lose a lot of money. So once they get a fighter that they push to 15-0, 14, 16-0, they protect that fighter. Immediately they go into witness protection. And now for them to recoup their money, they have to set them up with a bunch of tomato cans and build this fighter and make them the greatest. So they have them fight 5, 6, 7 super underdogs. I hate watching fights where the other fighter got less than a 10% chance at winning the fight. I don't see the point of it. We literally talking puncher's chance. I hate them type of fights. Promoters will put 10 of them on the card if the fans will accept it. They don't care at all about are these great fights. They care about, can I make money off of my fighter? Turkey, on the other hand, tries his best to set up 50-50 fights. The idea of like he's killing boxing from a fan perspective, you speaking against your own interests. Like this dude is giving us great fights. If it's anything that somebody could say, it's that the fight's not happening in America. But a lot of these people that be talking shit don't spend no money at all. They send me the stream, bro. Ain't never been to a fight, ain't never purchased merch. All they do is sit on fucking Twitter and YouTube and talk shit. But these motherfuckers do not really support the sport. They do not support these guys that they say they do. So I'm not buying that shit. I love what Turkey doing for boxing. I don't want to be long with it. I'm gonna leave it there. But I love what Turkey doing for boxing.
Man, how can you not like $20 pay-per-view cards that give you fights that you really want to see? He not
I
breaking
don't
your
know.
spending that dub anyway.
Don't
That
go over,
weekend.
shorty.
You know what I'm
$25.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
$25.
He tweeted after the promotion of this last one, like you gonna charge
$80 for this shit.
$80, like you got to put on a promotion. You know what I'm saying? Like the visuals need to be on. Like I love that type of stuff, but ultimately he's doing more for the fighters than any of the other promotional people did. He taking care of them. He compensating them like they need to. He changing people's lives and giving them opportunities to change their lives themselves. So really, when you look at situations like when and it come down to boxers used to box once a month, twice a month. Now we see premier boxers just once a year. Maybe we'll get twice a year. Like the building of these stars would be much more if they would fight more frequently. But it's such a coddling of the fighters and the advancement where you don't really want to lose an O, or you got to be built into a championship contender that, yeah, 15 fights on your card and you 27 years old looking for your first title shot. Like, these fighters need to fight more often. They need to fight better competition. If you go fight them gas cans, man, why are you waiting 6 months in between fights, 8 months in between fights just to get back up and fight another gas can, man? Like, Turkey is for boxing. The same thing that Dana did for combat sports with MMA. And the best got to fight the best, and that's just where it should end. Eliminate all these sanctioning bodies. Give us a couple of real belts. That way people got to unify. That way people know what the goal is, because nobody, all these fake belts, everybody calling themselves champion that don't deserve to be champion. Eliminate all that shit. Make people earn they stay. And when you become champion and got champion next to your name, it's legitimate. That's all I got.
Ring magazine.
Man.
Hey, KT, the man dropping the fight the next day on YouTube.
Man.
So if you couldn't afford it, the $25, you can see Shakur whoop on Josh Pally the next day. How can we not like this? Listen, I understand the conundrum it could make in the issue later on in the future of one person controlling something. I get that. I get it. But what's the difference between Bob Arum old ass controlling something, his corrupt him and with David Kenner, who is under investigation, just got kicked out of ESPN, Mr. Tim Bradley. You don't want to go see Turki Al-Sheikh ain't good. All money ain't good money, but you took money from this racist white man, though. Mr. Christian, you got something to say about the Muslim? You ain't had nothing to say about Bob Arum, though. Mr. You created the other side of the street, but now you mad at other fighters for mentioning the other side of the street. Milk dud head motherfucker. Turki Al-Sheikh is good for boxing right now. And if a guy lose, if a guy lose, guess what? He like, come on with another one. He give you another opportunity. So now this I lose my old thing ain't a thing. Y'all don't have to live up to Floyd's skills no more. This lose your old thing isn't a career killer.
Hey, and live up to Floyd's skills just to get paid. Y'all ain't got to do that no more.
Y'all don't gotta fake the funk like you pretty, like you Money Mayweather, but you skipped the whole pretty boy era. Now you forced to fight. And don't give me this, you can't go to Saudi Arabia, fam. Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford finna fight in Vegas. Shut up. What you think about that, Slick?
Haney and them in New York. You know? Me personally, I don't give a fuck about none of that. For real. This shit real simple. All these other motherfuckers is mid. Then you gotta have a pissing contest with them about the price. Nigga, when I want that thing, pause. I'm going to holler at Turkey. I'm real. I'm going to holler at Turkey. Folks got the pack. He got the right pack and the price is right. You hear me? Fuck them other people. Turkey is giving us what we want to see. When we like, nah, we cut them other motherfuckers on. But when you want that real deal and you want to see what boxing is about, for motherfuckers as casuals, and you want to see what boxing about in the great card, you got to go fuck with Turkey. Straight up. And the production is phenomenal. All them little pre-movies that they be having before the fight come on, before be having me geeked in this bitch. You hear me? Like, come on, man. Turkey where it's at, Joe. You got to go shop with Turkey, man. For real.
Real shit. Shakur said that's the most money he ever got paid for a fight.
Most money. That's crazy.
And just the idea of if somebody not ready, he got somebody else lined up already. Like, he gave Padley and Bacoli enough money to change their lives or their situation at the time. I know for sure Padley, the man got a crib and some more shit. So that idea of what to piggyback off.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you touched on that.
He's helping fighters. Like that those are big facts. Like, for real.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. This is gonna sound selfish. But I'm just gonna be honest. I ain't gonna be disingenuous. I don't give a fuck what these fighters get paid. It don't pay me at all. On some real shit. Like, if they get paid good for them. If they don't, shit, that's on you too. Like, on some real shit. Like, I hate when people argue about pay and percentages and all this goofy shit that don't affect you as a fan. Like, when Casey talk about motherfuckers fighting once a year, that's why they fighting once a year. If I could get $2-3 million, I'm straight. If these niggas weren't getting paid like that, they had to be fighting. That's why them fighters was fighting every month. Know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying I want motherfuckers robbing Peter to pay Paul or barely scraping by to pay their bills. But at the same time, like, I don't care, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care. Like, if I'm glad Turkey paying them because we getting the fights we want. The only thing that I hear people really complain about is this not sustainable. It ain't your money. Why the fuck you worry?
Yeah,
like, y'all don't know how much money this nigga get.
We got enough over here, G.
Straight up, like, yeah, I'm fucking with Turkey. Somebody say something bad about him, I'ma open hand slap their ass.
Straight up.
Hey, on the real, keep the WBA belt because it's the oldest belt.
Nah,
the WBC belt.
Fuck that. Ring magazine, bro.
No, hear me out.
Go ahead.
Hear me out. Because of history, the WBA is the oldest belt. The WBC has become the most prestigious.
We not doing two belts, folks. No.
I ain't nah. That if you got them belts, that don't mean you the champion. I'm going off what KT said. If you got but it wouldn't be a unification, KT, because they wouldn't be championship belts. But just for the history, you get this belt and the other dude got this belt and y'all fight, y'all get the ring belt. Now you the champ.
That's still too much. Like, we going in the right direction.
WBA and WBC like #1 contender spots. Y'all got to fight y'all way up to get one of these.
Yes, to get to the classic ring belt. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that now. We just got 2 extra belts. But
get them niggas out of here.
Nah, see, because everybody can make a strong argument. IBF the only people that follow their rules. They the only motherfuckers who hold up mandatories and force people to fight and strip champions if they don't fight. Benavidez was the WBC interim champ for 2 years.
This is true.
And didn't get a fight. Now this nigga move up, and instead of us being able to get our trilogy, they saying, oh, he's the mandatory now. That's wild.
I'm stuck in history, Cash, and you right,
y'all
though.
Just choose when y'all want to enforce y'all shit.
Yeah,
we need one belt. And the reason I say ring is because it just happens that Turkey is the one that's over it. But you could see that there's no bias. I'm not talking about the pound for pound list and all of that. Everybody always gonna have their own perception on what they think pound for pound mean and who they think is better. But with the Ring magazine, Teofimo is just having his first fight with Turkey. He was already recognized as the Ring magazine champion. So you can tell that there is not bias about you got to be fucking with me, you got to be fighting with me for us to endorse you or say that you are the guy at the weight class. So that's why I say it should be the Ring magazine, and that's it.
I ain't mad at you.
I understand the history of boxing. I understand that. But it's like, to do something just because it's always been that way is stupid to me.
I ain't mad at you.
Anybody else wanted to touch on that?
You cook.
I don't got nothing else to say, man. Everybody needs to just fuck with Turkey on the real. Keep putting that heat out too, Turkey. No bullshit.
I'm feeding you too.
I hope that card in September fire.
Listen,
you know it's gonna be.
The resources running out for all these other.
It ain't never not been fire yet.
Hey, let me put something out there while we speaking on Turkey. Let's say this Tank and Roach fight don't happen. Will any of us be disappointed if Turkey pull a Shakur and Roach on that undercard?
Not at all.
Sure wouldn't. Sure wouldn't.
With Alvarez and Bud.
Not at all.
Sure wouldn't. Not at all.
Don't that sound crazy though? If we was talking about any other promotion company, that wouldn't even be a question.
It wouldn't happen.
That's how cold Turkey is.
Right.
That's how cold Turkey is.
It wouldn't happen. I hope Tank just do regular Tank shit and don't rematch him.
What y'all think the chances of us seeing that Shakur Lamont on that card?
They already both agreed before the fight.
Tank said he want to run it back in May.
Super high.
Hey, Tank said, hey, KT. Tank said a lot of stuff.
Right, we got two men of really high integrity that I know really will get in the ring. Not just
they really a scrap.
So I think it's a really high chance that fight happens. I think it's a really high chance that PBC find a way to wiggle out of and Tank gonna say I wanted to, but
I agree.
My advisor,
that's my advisor,
they want me to fight anyway.
You know, or Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying? But I said Devin was too big for me, but I can fight Jake Paul. He had 200 pounds.
I'll fight anyway at catchweight at 42.
I set you up with that one, KT, because you know damn well they ain't fighting again. That's why I put the Shakur out there. You know damn well they ain't running it back out.
Again, man. We go see
what's going on. KT.
What's good?
I don't want to say you a Super Tank fan, but you a pacifist like a motherfucker. Hey.
He's not a Super Tank fan.
I know you not. That's why I can't say you that.
Yeah.
You too soft on them.
Nah,
you too soft on these fighters.
I'm pro fighter, man. I'm pro fighter.
Well, tell the nigga to fight the fighters.
I call Tank got none of that grace for Keith Thurman.
You say I call Tank tomorrow.
Oh, he ain't got no grace for Thurman.
He ain't got none of that grace for Keith Thurman.
No. Thurman held up.
All right, shit. Let's move on.